Are your kitchen and bathroom way overdue for a remodel? Well, I got the guy for you. Call John Sellers at First Response Contracting, 484-256-7136. Both residential and commercial services, and he's licensed and insured. Call him at 484-256-7136. First Response Contracting.
From real estate to real life and everything in between. The Brad Weisman Show. And now, your host, Brad Weisman.
All right, we are back. Oh, man, this is the show everybody's been buzzing about. It's going to be really good. It's going to be really good. No, but if you'll notice, I don't have my laptop open up or anything. You'll notice I have some items here, some products, and this is going to be just fun. So we brought back Branden Moyer. Branden, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
It's always a pleasure.
It's always we always laugh like crazy. As soon as you get into the studio here, we just start laughing.
It's just the energy we both have.
Yeah.
You know?
And I have honey all over my hands.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
So if you see me doing this, it's because my hands are all sticky. So, but you are doing so much. As I ruin stuff, you're doing so much stuff. Like you have all kinds of things going on. I think I just check out your Instagram and your Facebook stuff just to find out what the hell's going on this week. Like, seriously, like, do you have a lot going on?
I do, yeah. And I guess that's the serial entrepreneur in me. But it's why I don't sleep at night.
Yeah, exactly. It's overrated anyway.
It is.
Yeah.
You sleep when you're dead.
So let's just talk about some of the new stuff, and then we'll go over some of the stuff before. Now, first of all, I think the last time you were on, I had not met the ladies.
Yes.
And then I thought when I met the ladies that you introduced me to, that I was going to be really cool. Mm-hmm. Really cool. Mm-hmm. And then I met them, and I was not cool at all. Yeah. Do you have is there like a word for just puss or like, like wimp that I was on top of the roof when I met your bees?
Definitely a wimp, for sure.
Definitely a wimp. Yeah. Okay.
Because I mean, you didn't even try. You were just you felt the buzz there and you just weren't having it.
No, I thought I was going to be fine. But when you see 30,000, 40,000 of these things coming at you, mm-hmm. It's a lot more intimidating than what I thought it would be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think they all went at you.
I think every single one
did. Alone.
Yes. There were bees from different countries that got the signal that started heading in that direction.
Absolutely.
To come to get to me. Is what it was.
Yep.
Yeah. Now the thing is when they hit your hand.
The warning signs.
The warning my ass. That scared the shit out of me. That scared me. Hugo, you were pretty good with it.
Yeah, you should have just taken up run.
See,
I think I did, Hugo. I think I did.
Hugo got used to it because,
he's done it before.
During the pandemic, he's the one that shot a lot of our sequences and stuff. So he had the bee suit on. He was used to it. I think you even got stung a couple times.
Yeah, because you gave me like a 5-year-old bee suit. A bee suit for a 5-year-old.
Listen, you kind of are the height of a 5-year-old, so
That's true. That's true.
The budget was low,
Well, I love when he comes out with his suit. It's this professional, like beautiful.
I know.
Has all the equipment. He's got these professional gloves, and I'm like, "Where are my gloves?" And you give me these rubber like cleaning gloves, and I'm like, "What is this? This doesn't look professional."
Listen, I thought it was just a spoof of a show. So
Well, the show didn't last long. But what's funny too is that I remember when we were suiting up. That's when you told me that Hugo had gotten stung, mm-hmm. that you got stung the day before.
Yep.
None of that came up when we talked about doing that show.
It did not.
Yes.
I wonder why.
My trust for you has really dropped.
Well, you have to come back with the right suit. I'll make sure it's done right for you.
No, the next suit is going to look like the ones they do when they dive down 5,000 feet in the water. That's what I'm wearing. Glass and metal, all this stuff. That's what it's going to look like. They're not getting to me. So let's talk about the new stuff that you're doing. You're doing a lot of stuff, obviously, with honey. And I want to talk about that, and then we'll go into your cleaning company, too.
Yeah.
But you had this box that you just gave me.
Yes.
It's called the Buzz Brew Box, which you designed the box. You did all the creation of this whole thing.
Yes.
And then on the inside, when I open this thing up, it's from Uncle B's Honey Company. You have coffee.
Yep. Locally roasted, too.
You got a coffee mug.
Yep.
And you have the honey.
Yes.
With hints of caramel.
Yes.
Touches of caramel.
Yep.
Is it touches or hints?
So I guess it's notes.
Notes.
We're gonna do notes.
Jeez, I had a chance to get that right, and I
you did
just
it. It's
didn't.
all right
I
now.
blew it. Yeah. So this is amazing. So tell me What is this whole mixture?
So people love coffee. And,
yes. It smells so good, by the way.
Thank you.
Guys, it smells good.
Again, it's locally roasted by Max Kramas.
Oh, yeah.
At the Shillington Farmers Market.
Yeah.
By Alicia, and she's phenomenal what she does.
Yeah.
So her and I sat together. She got a couple samples of her type of coffee, and I brought the Ecuadorian coffee tree honey that we imported. And the honey itself has caramel notes.
Okay.
And I wanted a coffee that sort of, brings out that caramel. And she, recommended the Indonesian Timor because it has brown sugar chocolate notes.
Yeah.
So, yep. And when we mixed them together, it was just one powerful, amazing, delicious drink.
And let's do more detail about this,
sure.
Because this to me was pretty interesting. This coffee tree honey. This honey is actually from a bee that you sourced. You found out, you
in Ecuador.
Tracked this down in Ecuador. Mm-hmm. So the bees are actually on the coffee trees?
Yes. So they pollinate that tree in order for the coffee bean to come through. So,
now, does that honey then taste a little bit more like coffee? Is there a taste of coffee in there?
It has a note of coffee towards the end.
I'm noticing a lot of notes.
Yeah, there's a lot of notes
going
be
on.
A musician of
Well, I am a musician, so I'm surprised I didn't know notes right away. So this is it. So I can't wait to try. I'm going to do. So do you put this in your coffee then?
Yeah. So you would substitute any sugar that you would put in with a couple pumps of the honey.
This is going to be me tomorrow.
Yep.
Tomorrow morning. Seriously. That is me. That is awesome. And where can we get this?
You can get this actually online now at unclebeesbees.com.
Okay.
Or at the Shillington Farmers Market.
Amazing.
And people can follow us on TikTok as well. They can check out the TikTok store that we're setting up. And get their box.
Amazing. So we have that. So that's just one of the things you do. So that is not your honey, though, but that's sourced
correct.
honey. But you still have a place at the Shillington Market that you can get all these honey products. Wasn't there something I saw? Was there something with yogurt?
Oh, yeah. We have our milk and honey yogurt bar.
Yes. I thought so.
So for $5, you can come get a couple scoops of Greek yogurt and all the toppings you can imagine. And then you have an opportunity to put any honey on your yogurt as a final touch. We have them in the squeeze bottles.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's one way for people to experience the type of honey that we have.
Yeah.
And then when they walk into our little space, they realize, wow, you sell more.
Yeah.
And so that $5 can translate into a bigger transaction.
Sure.
And it's the experience of people not knowing that there's over 300 different types of honey in the world. And we don't want to just, give sell local honey there.
Yeah.
We want honey from around the world.
But the local stuff is the stuff that's good for allergies, correct?
It all depends on who you ask, honestly. But it does help with the symptoms of allergy.
Gotcha.
It does not prevent.
Doesn't prevent it, right? But if you're going to have a honey and you have allergies, you're probably better off with a local one than something that's not local.
Yep.
It's amazing. How many bees you got up there now? Same amount, or you have more?
We got about 15 hives up there. So
15 hives.
Yeah.
There wasn't how many hives there was before.
About 10 last time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, you're doing a lot of honey up there. So the other thing that caught my eye when I was looking at your social media was the bourbon.
Yes.
So now we're getting into things that are more adult-like, but it's a bourbon how did you come up with bourbon?
Yeah. So I didn't come up with it. Okay. So we have formed a strategic partnership with Double Barrel Honey Company in Kentucky.
Okay.
So in fact, we take our honey and ship it down to Kentucky.
Okay.
And they'll put it in the barrels for up to 3 to 6 months. And obviously, everyone knows Kentucky is the epicenter for bourbon.
For bourbon, yeah.
So I'm actually going down there in July as we're sending a 400-pound shipment of our Brazilian honey. It tastes like apricot. So they're curious.
400-pound shipment of Brazilian. Where's the Brazilian honey come from?
So
let me guess, Brazil?
It does. Yeah. The Brazilian rainforest.
But you got that. You sourced that. You got that, obviously.
Yep. So we're sending that down because of that apricot marshmallow note it has.
Yeah.
We're curious to see what it tastes like.
Oh.
So, yeah. And if it's going to sit in the barrels for 3 months, should be pretty good.
So the honey goes into the bourbon and then it sits.
So the empty barrels.
Okay.
So they like to use wet barrels.
Yeah.
So recently drained barrels of bourbon. And
so the honey goes in those barrels.
Yeah. And it sits.
Does it actually, then it takes on?
It takes on the taste of the barrel and what was in that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you've had it. You.
Oh, I've had it. Yeah. We actually.
Is there alcohol? It's still in it?
No.
No. So it's just the taste of the bourbons in there.
Yep.
Got it. Here I thought you were going to be bringing me bottles of bourbon. That's why I had it back, Hugo. I thought I was getting like a case of bourbon, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Jeez. All this product that he wants. I'm telling you, I can't keep up with the demand.
No, that is really cool.
Yes. Yeah, it's super good. It's one of our high premium honeys, but believe it or not, we've practically sold out in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. So we're going to bring it back. And
well, how much honey's in a barrel? Is it 400 pounds? I mean, how much is in a barrel?
Yeah.
Because they're big barrels.
Yeah. It can contain about 700 flasks.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of looking at your car covered in road salt and winter grime, or not quite getting the results you would like to see from the car wash? Well, I've got just the solution for you. The Detail Shop, your go-to destination for premium auto detailing. Wow.
Yeah.
That's me. So you could do Chardonnay honey. You could do Sauvignon Blanc honey. Seriously, all those barrels are, they are barrels that have like wine or whatever in them. You could do anything.
Yeah. Well, with that whiskey honey and the, adult likeness to it, we are actually expanding into weddings and party favors and things like that.
It.
So we can customize gifts for like a whiskey flask.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So let's talk. The other thing that last time you were here, we talked about all this stuff. We didn't talk about this because this didn't even exist. The bourbon didn't exist. But the other thing is you're also an author. You write books.
Yes.
And what was the first book called?
So The Adventures of Uncle B and Ruby Catching a Swarm.
That's right. I remember that. Yep.
And that's been doing pretty well.
Good. And we can get that on Amazon?
Yep. You can get it on Amazon.
Excellent.
And at the Shillington Farmers Market too.
Awesome. And now you have a new book.
Yes.
It's The Adventures of Uncle B and Ruby and the Prehistoric Buzz. It's book number 2 of the Adventure series. And this is what it looks like. If you can see that's what the front book is going to look like, the cover. And all this artwork's done by you.
Nope.
I
wish.
Sorry, wrong one.
Talented.
It was the box.
It was the box.
The box and other stuff.
Yes.
And the shirts.
Yes.
This he did not do. He did not do this.
Nope. I found
the person that did is really pissed now. They're like, that son of okay. It does say illustrated by. You can say that name.
Katunga Katanga.
Yeah, who is that? What is that name?
Tagum. He's from Indonesia. Yeah. So we found him online. His work is simply
good.
Amazing, and to deal with someone that's across the world, sharing your ideas and having them being able to take that and just perfectly illustrate what you're looking for. That's rare.
It is rare.
So
You have to worry about them stealing it. Yeah, seriously, that's the other thing you have to worry about. Are they going to steal the idea? Are they going to give the idea to somebody else?
Yep. Well, we actually have a signed contract with them.
Okay.
Yep. So that's the first
Amazing.
thing.
So when's this book come out?
So we are finishing up the touches for the illustrations for it. We're hoping it's going to be a mid-spring release.
Mid-spring release?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Jeez, I'll tell you, there's like a stack of stuff over here. What else? So there's also, which is awesome, and you're a great supporter of the show too. I want to just say thank you.
Absolutely.
You'll notice that Made to Be Clean is on here, has been a supporter of the show for a very long time, from the beginning. And you tell me what you're doing. You're doing a special thing with Made to Be Clean.
Yeah. So our new campaign goal is to have 90 new clients in 90 days and offer $90 in savings.
Interesting.
And those savings go from $30 off maid service to $30 off carpet cleaning to $30 off power washing services. Yeah.
That's amazing. And the power washing is the one that I was surprised that you guys do a lot of that.
Yeah. Yep. And we want to do even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really neat that, you can go to someone's house and it's just filled with, green growth. By the time we leave, it's sparkling. Your neighbors are coming out, comparing their house with your house. It's like, I think we should get ours done now.
It's great. And then also the carpet cleaning. You're doing that too. Now, do you do a wet clean or a dry clean?
Wet clean.
Yeah, that's the only way to clean. I've heard that years ago.
It's almost like dry shampoo.
Yeah, or dry cleaning. Does anybody know how dry cleaning works?
You know what?
That seems like a scam,
it's
right?
It's more of chemical, I think.
Every one of my shirts is laundered. Well, these aren't dry clean. These are laundered. But like pants and stuff, we dry clean. I never understood that.
I think it's more chemical based.
Chemical based.
Yeah.
So there's blowing air on it with chemicals or something. I
be.
don't.
And something's got to be agitating it. And
there's no bees involved. Let's put it that way.
No,
exactly. So so we got that. Is there anything else? What else? Is there anything else you're doing that you have coming up?
Yeah. So as you can see, you're designing everything, and like what else can I be of assistance to other people? I have other local companies and business owners coming up to me because they see this stuff.
Yeah.
And they want me to sort of review what they have and to fill in the blanks. What are they missing? And, it's just one night in the shower, I think. We all do our best thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's like, the combination of when I was 10 years old to 34, I wrote everything down. It's like, what is this telling me? What have I accomplished? And sort of what genre am I in? And it's the storytelling genre, but with experience with it. I was in haunted houses. Again, I'm publishing books. I'm creating products for businesses, videos, things like that. And Hugo can attest to being, helpful with that.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? I need to create something, an agency for small businesses to really help them with their brand and not marketing, but their branding, their brand story engineering, essentially. Like, why are you in this business to begin with?
Yeah. Purpose of brand.
Yeah. And people mostly, they don't want to work for the man. They want to work for themselves, but most of them create a job for themselves.
Right.
So they left the job for another job. So it's going to be our goal with Buzz Brands.
Yeah.
Of
course, Buzz Brands.
Of course. To help.
Because Honey Brands didn't sound as good.
That's right.
Exactly.
Why didn't you do the play with your name, Branden and Brands?
I don't know. Now you got to.
Where the hell were you, Hugo?
Aren't you
In the
glad
basement
you came here
filming?
to the podcast?
Wait for Hugo to throw a wrench into the whole damn thing.
Yeah, it's like Brandon's brand.
Now I got to go back to the drawing board. Thanks, Hugo.
My
Buzz
pleasure.
But the Buzz Brands thing is cool because it's like people will say, "What's the buzz?" You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's kind of cool.
And we're going to help them craft their stories for the world.
It's awesome.
That's what it is. So, and people start with a name and a logo. In fact, that's like step 13 and 14 of the process.
Yeah.
But 95% of us do that.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
So it's, even look at your show.
We just rebranded last year, but it took a while.
Yeah.
That was a year. Was it a year, Hugo?
Yeah.
Going from Real Estate and You to Brad Weisman show took about a year because there was a lot of us all talking and saying, okay, what is this show about?
Right.
What do we want it to be?
Yeah.
And I wanted to keep real estate involved. So that's still in the tagline for a little part of it. And then, but it was also about, I had you here a while ago and it had nothing to do with real estate.
Yeah.
And that was the thing, we were kind of wedging the real estate into the topic.
Right.
And it didn't make sense.
Yeah,
we were forcing it.
You're forcing it. Yep. Most of us force things.
Yep.
And
I refuse to do that
and
anymore.
it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's costly.
Yeah, very. Exactly.
And, with having a cleaning company called Home Care Solution before Made to Be Clean, it was an uphill battle with marketing and getting
And what was it before? I forgot. It was a different name.
The Home Care Solution. That's
which
what it
has
was.
nothing to do with you.
Right.
That is so
was
fun.
not me.
So what's funny is the Made to Be Clean, like now that I know you, I can't believe it wasn't that before.
Well, without the pandemic, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
The pandemic really sealed the deal with me getting into beekeeping.
Right.
And that sort of transpired into, multiple avenues happening at the same time.
Amazing.
And then a culmination of it just coming together. I mean, this bee now, when people see it, they know.
I know what it is right away.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
So tell me, what's the advice you would give? Let's say I'm going to start a business. You're saying that the logo is not the first thing.
The name and the logo cannot be the first thing.
It needs to be what? Your story. Who are you kind of a thing.
If I was the person trying to start a business, I would figure out why I want to do it, but I also would do a life review from age 10 to age whatever you are right now. Write down your accomplishments.
Yeah.
Write down your failures that are still in your mind and figure out what are the connections of that. And then that's a true blueprint of what you are leaning towards. So a good 30-year review is really good.
Wow.
And for the next 30 years, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And that business can dictate that next direction. Because many people are lost.
So basically you want the story and the person to dictate the name and the logo, not the logo and the name dictating the person.
Well, the story and the person dictate that's the core values.
Okay.
And then the core values feed into the brand identity.
Got it.
And then the name and the logo start
Gotcha.
coming into play.
And you're right. Everybody does name and logo first.
Yes.
Almost
it's the
everybody.
easiest thing because we know we're afraid to look back. And
it's also rewarding.
it is short-term gratification.
Yep, it is, because you sit there and go, oh my God. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, Susie Redesign obviously did the Brad Weisman logo, and you know Susie.
Yep.
And it took a while. There was a lot of logos, and we were almost done. Remember, Hugo? It was just about done. I don't have any right here in front of me, but they're everywhere else. But the sneaker was the last thing.
Yep.
Because that's something that people know me for wearing red sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
The logo didn't have the sneaker on it, and she was just about ready to hit print. We were ready to go with the whole thing, and I said, do one more thing. Add a red sneaker on there somewhere. And she brought it back, and there was 3 renditions, and that's the one we picked. And it had but that, to me, completed the whole logo. Weird, right?
For me, the B wasn't even part of that part. It was your hive, our purpose.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And that was the seal.
That's
everything just came. Like, I had so many words on the whiteboard. And it was just one night sitting at the office late at night and looking at it. And it's like those features popped out of the whiteboard. It's like, okay, now it's speaking to me.
Yep. And then everything starts to fall into place.
Yep. It took 3 months to get to that point. It was a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
Because changing a brand on a company there's a lot to it.
It's expensive.
Yes.
Especially if you're already established. If you're just starting out,
right,
it's one thing. But when you're already established, and now you got to buy new shirts and new
car wraps, new sign for the building,
it's very expensive.
New lease.
Yep. It's why most people don't do it.
Yeah.
It's because of the investment to change it all over.
Yep. And for me, I don't fear failure.
Yeah.
It's and that's something you need to have as an entrepreneur. You cannot fear no matter the cost.
That's your education.
Yes.
Failure is your education, man. It's not failure.
Yes.
If you think it's failure, then you might as well just quit.
Yeah. You got to fail forward.
Absolutely.
And fail fast.
Yep, exactly.
So I wish I would have learned that, 10 years prior, you know, but we're going to be celebrating 10 years in the cleaning industry this year.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Let's go back to cleaning. So you do commercial?
Yep, commercial.
You do so offices, residential. Yep. What if I have a listing and it's an estate and it just got everything cleaned out, but it needs a good cleaning? You do something like that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you'll do like a one-off.
Absolutely, and we'll even do product boxes too.
Okay.
If a realtor wants to hire us for a product box as a thank you gift to their new client, we can customize that as well.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
And with their logo, their name on the box, somehow we can figure all that out.
That's a good idea. We're going to take that part out of the podcast. So I don't want any of my other competitors to have an upper. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, I love good ideas no matter what it is. It's all good. And everybody wins. So that's cool. Very cool. So anything else? Because we're going to wrap this up.
That's pretty much it right now.
That's it for now. So next time we're going to have more stuff laying here. There's boxes of all kinds of stuff here. I am so excited about what you're doing, man.
Thank you.
It's really cool to watch. I know to me, it seems like it's happening all the time, but I know you work hard behind the scenes. And I'm sure when this stuff actually comes out, you're like, yes, this is awesome.
It's a feeling, just like an unworldly feeling.
Absolutely. Well, you're doing a great job. I love the branding. And you'll have to come back and let us know how the branding company starts working out there, too. All right. Thanks for supporting the show. I appreciate it so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Branden. All right, there you go. This guy is buzzing everywhere. So it's made to be clean. He's got a book coming out, The Adventures of Uncle Bees and Ruby. He's got the Buzz Brew box, which is really, really cool. And he's got all kinds of coffee and mugs and things with notes of things. And I just got honey on me again, just so you know. Now my hands are all sticky again. All right, that's about it. Come back every Thursday, 7 p.m. and check out whatever else we have new going on. All right, that's about it. All right, see you. Are your kitchen and bathroom remodels a little overdue? Well, now's your chance to call First Response Contracting. John Sellers will take care of you. 484-256-7136. They do residential and commercial, and they're licensed and insured. Give them a call at 484-256-7136.